President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelenskyy has confirmed that President Vladimir Putin-led Russia government has set free first batch of Ukrainian prisoners in line with the agreement both countries reached at the last peace meeting in Istanbul, Turkey, adding that the Russia war in Ukraine is still intense at Pokrovsk area of Sumy region. In a video and written press releases on Monday, President Zelenskyy said, "Today, the first stage of the prisoner exchange agreed in Istanbul has begun. More stages will follow, at least, that's what was discussed with the Russian side. I thank everyone making it happen. I also held a meeting on June's international agenda. No meeting should be hollow. If it doesn't bring us closer to ending the war through diplomacy, it must help strengthen our defense, our active operations, or increase pressure on Russia. I thank our warriors for their tenacity. The most intense fighting continues in the Pokrovsk direction, in the areas of the Kursk operation, and along the border in the Sumy region. Russian tactics remain the same everywhere, ignore losses and try to advance. But this potential isn't infinite. A certain level of casualties, and our actions, shouldn't hinder their advance. Our people are home. Ukrainians are returning home from Russian captivity. Today, an exchange began, which will continue in several stages over the coming days. Among those we are bringing back now are the wounded, the severely wounded, and those under the age of 25. The process is quite complex, with many sensitive details, and negotiations continue virtually every day. We count on the full implementation of the humanitarian agreements reached during the meeting in Istanbul. We are doing everything possible to bring back every single person. We are working toward this at every level. We must bring home everyone who remains in captivity. I thank everyone who is helping. Euronews media that also monitored the prisoners swap, reported that the Ukraine and Russia have started a new prisoners of war exchange, following the agreement reached at the second round of direct talks in Istanbul last Monday. Kyiv and Moscow agreed that the exchange would include young soldiers under 25 years old and those severely ill. Russia's defense ministry confirmed the return of the first group of Russian prisoners of war, POWs as well, without providing details on the swapped soldiers. Ukraine's coordination headquarters for the treatment of prisoners of war said that the first group of released prisoners includes personnel from Ukraine's Navy, Ground Forces, Air Force, National Guard, Border Guard Service, Territorial Defense, and Special Transport Service. Among those returned on Monday are the defenders of Mariupol, who have spent over 3 years in Russian captivity. Most of those returned were captured in the first days of Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022, Ukraine's Ombudsman Dmytro Lubinets said. The sides have also agreed to exchange the bodies of the fallen service people. On Sunday, Russia accused Ukraine of postponing the swap and failing to respect the agreement. Moscow said that the trains carrying the bodies of Ukrainian soldiers were due to depart towards the Ukrainian border, accusing Kyiv of not collecting them. Russia's Lieutenant General Alexander Zorin told the state-run TASS news agency the transfer of more than 6,000 Ukrainian bodies had been agreed during the talks in Turkey. Kyiv categorically denied the accusations. Kirilo Budanov, the head of Ukrainian Defense Intelligence, said that Ukraine was strictly adhering to the agreements reached at the second round of talks in Istanbul. Budanov stated that the start of repatriation measures was scheduled to take place next week, which he claims the Russian side informed him of a few days ago. In his Sunday address, Zelenskyy accused Russia of playing a dirty political and information game on the agreed power exchange. Kyiv says it has brought back over 5,000 prisoners of war in a series of exchanges since March. Ukraine continues to offer Russia an all-for-all swap, a proposal Moscow has so far rejected.
Osasua Radio, bringing you the news in a more digital way.